Today's video is a clip from my membership site, fromthefield.tv. This is the place that I post 95% of the content that I now make. It's all hyper detailed, no clickbait, no catchy thumbnails, no catchy titles. It is all with the intent of delivering high value information to you guys. The last 18 months of me traveling around North America, visiting experts in regenerative and sustainable agriculture, as well as some high-tech farms. It's all up there, and all the videos of me developing my new farm are up at fromthefield.tv. Head over there and check it out.
Hey guys, I wanted to show you what I'm doing to plan our day on the farm. And when I was farming full time, this is exactly what I would be doing every Monday morning, probably 5 or 6 a.m., especially during the summer, and figuring out what needs to be done throughout the week, who's going to do it, what's going where, and all of that. So I've got a lot to coordinate. I've spent almost around the last hour just getting everything organized for today, because we've got sort of an all hands on deck situation. And just again to remind you of the context of this farm and what we're dealing with, just to circle back to it, it's important to keep this in mind, because context changes your approach for everything. And this farm, the design from the beginning has been to be as little maintenance as possible. We're not putting in big days. Anytime we're up at the farm, we're rarely up there for more than 3 hours. And we try to do a lot in a little bit of time and only get work done when we need to. So we're often just doing work in batches. And so today we've got almost an all hands on deck. I think everybody involved in the farm will be up there for some point today. So what I've done is I've organized a list. I used to use a program called Wunderlist. That program is, I believe it was bought out by Microsoft, and so now it's an app called To Do. It's Microsoft To Do. I actually don't, it's kind of the same as Wunderlist, but there's a couple features in it that I'm still getting used to. But basically make lists in here. And so I've gone through and made a big list of to do. I've written in here who's going to do what. Some of that might change when we're up there, because something might take a certain little bit longer than I thought for somebody, and then I might just say, hey, well, why don't you do this, and so on and so forth. So my goal today is we're going to get up there and we're going to finish the main frame of the first greenhouse, and that one's really important because that's where our tomatoes are going to go. And what I've decided to do today is not do a ton of planting, because as I was kind of going down this list of all these things, I've realized, there's quite a bit in here for 2 or 3 hours. And so we'll get the things in that we absolutely need to, which is the potatoes. These are like long overdue. I actually went and bought potato seed like way back in March. No, even before that. This was in February. This is when all the panic was starting to happen, and I was like, I better buy stuff now. And I'm glad I did, because you can't actually get potato seed anymore. Like I can't, I don't even know who has it. So I'm glad I bought them. But the problem is all my potato seed started to grow in the bags. And so we had to kind of trim them down a little bit. We did that yesterday. Not really that important of a detail, but so those need to get in like now. I'm going to hold off getting our tomatoes in until Thursday, and I'm going to hold off even planting our winter squash. Those things will be okay for 2 more days. Things have been cool lately. They haven't been growing a lot, but they are in the greenhouse. They're protected. Weather's been a little bit sporadic, and so I'd rather wait to just go up and do that, just to do that. Make sure it's done right. But so today, we've got to finish the greenhouse, get the wires in on the greenhouse for, and I'm kind of just show you on my list here, get the wires in the greenhouse. I'm going to have Loran do that. And then we need to get the strings for the greenhouses hung where the tomatoes are going to be strung from. We're going to plant our potatoes. That's on the list. And we got to get fabrics down, looking at the farm plan here. I've consolidated some things around just to accommodate current circumstances and whatnot. And so we got to get fabric down on these areas, these squash areas. We're going to get our drip irrigation installed in the places we need it, and headers and all that. And so basically I've gone through and just made a big list with a lot of details. And that way when we're there, I can just delegate things to everybody. And that's kind of what I'll be doing. I'll be playing farm manager today and just kind of keeping an eye on the overall. I've certainly got a lot to do myself, but I'll be making sure everybody's kind of doing the right tasks and keeping everybody on task so that we can be as productive as we possibly can. We've also got all of us are bringing our kids up there today, so that'll be an interesting little twist on how the day goes. We'll see how it goes, but a couple of the guys' kids are a little bit older, so they'll be able to kind of manage the younger ones, kind of keep them busy, so that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, this is the program that I use to do all my delegation and all that. And so what I've really done here with my day planning is I've thought about every specific task in hyper detail, and I've put each of these tasks in here. That way we can just stay on task and take these things off as they go. But yeah, details of like what lines I need on what beds. I've basically taken a screenshot of this farm plan here, and I texted it to the group. We use an app called Telegram, and we've got our Shit Hits the Fan farm owners group in here. I've texted everybody that image so that on my notes, when I say bed block 3, beds 5, 6, 7, 8, they know what I'm talking about. So that's what we're using there. And then in here, we've got sub lists. So before I head up to the farm, I've got Clinton, my brother-in-law, coming over, and he's going to help me with some stuff here. We've got to count out our potato seed and make sure that we've got around 300. If not, we might have to split some of them up. I've got me and Clint have to cut some drip lines to bring up there, and then I've got a bunch of tools to bring. So in this software, I've got sort of sub lists in here of all the things that I need to load up, and then the rest of this is just the list for the farm. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. I'll have another video when we're up the farm, but this is just to give you an idea of kind of how I do my day planning.